Oh, this one can on. Sunday. Is that better?
Yes. We can start.
So good morning. We are the leaders of Jubilee Party, and we decided to come this morning present our memoranda because we support the talks that are happening. But as you are aware, that our party is not represented. We are not complaining because we support the process. But Jubilee Party being the third largest party in Kenya, and having also the third largest party in the National Assembly at the Senate, we wish to present our issues because we also want to say that we are not part of either the Kenya Kwanza or the Azimio coalition. We have already written to the Speaker in that aspect to indicate that after the election we have not had any formal agreement with any coalition. And the outreach, how it was done, was meant that every other party presents its own coalition. So our unique position is that we are an independent political party. We don't have a coalition, and so we want to present a Jubilee Party. So today we have just come to drop our documents. Hopefully that we are going to be given an opportunity and a slot to come and give our views on the issues. So we have several issues that we have come and we have our agenda. And part of it is first to say the issue of political parties. That the issue of political parties, when political parties go in an election, it should be respected the decision that political parties take after the election. Because you cannot continue staying in a coalition or in kind of a marriage that you are feeling you are being mistreated. And that's what happened to the Jubilee Party. We know what happened after the election. We lost our positions from the commission, the issue of the political party allocation of slots, even at the National Assembly. And so you know our matter. And we would like that issue of the political parties to be respected, and especially after the election, such that people can sit down and agree a way forward. Second issue that we as the Jubilee Party are going to present today as part of our memoranda is that we support the issue of gender in the National Assembly and also for the Senate and the counties. And we are saying we should not just focus on the National Assembly alone, the Senate, but also even in the allocation from the executive. And we are happy on what happened with this government. We are hoping that each and every area that the issue of gender will be looked at, but political parties should come up with a proper mechanism and with IBC such that we will not be struggling like what we have done. We know there have been there was the High Court already ruled about the issue, but we have been struggling. We have a bill that is in Parliament supporting the issue of additional of women in Parliament, and we support. And so we have detailed information on this document on how we can be able to achieve that. On the issue of the cost of living, it's also something that we are very concerned about, and we know there are several interventions, though majority maybe have not been very successful. But our first proposal is that we need to look at all the social protection programs that we have. And because we have a lot of repetition in some of them, we propose that we should be able to consolidate all the social programs to one, such that if you're talking about health, if somebody is an indigent and they need a health insurance card, they need to be supported by the government, so that we don't have somebody getting maybe 2 or 3 benefits from different social protection programs. And we propose that if you are able to have consolidated and one program that can focus on the families of the indigents and the people who are not able from health and be supported in all aspects, in food and everything else, then we can be able to move on. But again, as I say, they are well detailed plan on how we can be able to do the social protection. We are very concerned on what happens after the elections. And for us, yes, we support the issue of demonstration, but peaceful demonstration. And we are saying, if somebody calls for peaceful demonstration, we are proposing that if any destruction of property happens, then those people should be held liable. And so that if you're calling your people to come out for peaceful demonstration, you should also address them and tell them we should not destroy any property. We have seen destruction of properties, we have seen people closing businesses, people are actually going back because of these demonstrations. And so we are saying, as we support the demonstrations, the people calling for peaceful demonstration, if any destruction happens, they should be held liable. And I think that is one of the things that we are proposing. The issue of the office of the leader of the opposition is part of the issue that we are also talking about. And you know, Jubilee initially, we had talked about the issue of winner takes it all should not happen. And our proposal is now broader. if you're going to have the office of leader of opposition, we are proposing that that person will be the leader of opposition in the National Assembly, the person will be number 2 in the election, and the deputy to be the leader of opposition at the Senate, so that then any party will not feel like they have been left aside. So if you are creating the office of leader of opposition in the parliament, so the number 2 becomes the leader of opposition at the National Assembly, and the deputy becomes the leader of opposition at the Senate. I think those are some of the issues that we have highlighted, but my colleagues can add on more issues that we have as a party.
Thank you so much. I think our party leader has generally summarized what is contained in this particular document. And what we want to say is we support the national dialogue process. We have always supported that. This Jubilee is a party that believes in constitutionalism, the rule of law, and peaceful coexistence of all Kenyans. We also believe that election is an event must have timelines, and there must be a winner and a loser. And that is why we as Jubilee made a conscious decision to accept the democratic process the Kenyan people have undertaken in the month of August 2022. There are issues, we are told, as we support this particular process, we are told that there are certain invitations based on coalitions. We want to also, as we have done before, Jubilee is an independent political party that is not part of Azimio coalition, neither part of the Kenya Kwanza coalition. It's an independent political party, and for information, is the 3rd largest party in Kenya, and the 2nd largest party actually under the former coalition of Azimio. So there are a number of issues that we have itemized. First, the issue of cost of living is something that affects all of us, and therefore what we need is a holistic approach that addresses all aspects of that issue. Not politicization. How do we address the cost of living? It's not a one-day event, and this is one thing that we have clearly addressed, and we are saying that we need to put our foot together as leadership, as citizens, in order to bring about affordable housing, food security, affordable